Taiko Temple there. What do you think about the game?
This is definitely going to be interesting, right? Dave Kitten, that guy has played a lot in recent times. Subbed in for Bad Boys. I'm pretty sure won most valuable sub, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a big Soondubu roster. He 455 players against the 4 Aris Kitten Club, who have always been so consistent here. We'll see how they do on LAN.
Yeah. LAN is a bit of a different environment, though, but now the players have got a little bit of a chance to adjust to it. So it should be the players at their strongest and most even. So really, it's going to be good on the top here. We have the standard stuff, right? Our stuff now, the primary sum for kind of weak for there. The standard Mako play that forward pressure off. But if you really take that first barrier, you know, all those guys up there after dash is not enough to pick up things. It could go not able to take out the players to top next. Now one just cut through the barrier. There you have over on the corner circle up past rather. Oh, nice pass protection into that secondary as well. Touch the defense and the narrow cut on the angle of the barrier means they're going to stay alive for so long. In the end, a concerted effort from next pressure up. Right shot goes into his own goal gate. It's going to mean that his barrier stays up as well. Come back to Asher going forward, gets the barrier.
Oh, wow. So much pressure in the goal box. EKC, but Kitten extracted. Sends it forward once again. Shapeshifting now, the one in trouble. But Mela and Freeze are now forward. And just Mel and Asher, right, in the Taiko Temple. They have a lot of reach, a lot of stuff. Power and Freezy hits coming forward, making the strike forward so difficult.
Yeah, I think you're going to take that first goal. I don't think anybody actually won in that game, despite very low health bar from up to that. Players still in high spirits, running themselves up to the world, and there's a lot more fun here. Combo without the lift opportunity yet. We have Gramella going for with Rose Orb, not going to get Astro Protection forward, but not enough either. The kill flip from Breezy Breezy, first blood over to the Soondubu Strikers. The snare drum's going to whiff as well, pass down, intercept by NXT, who gets a very off track in the negative power play. Really well played there by the Dooley, not a traditional, really good midfield pick there, but when it's the only one you have, and a kill flip as well onto Threezy. Double kill from Soren, found from downtown. And Shapeshifting hold this in the face of this double power play. Use the cork to catch it out by so much time. 3 seconds till Freezy's on the field. 3 now until Estelle as well. NXT dribbling off the drum as well, but now they are back on the team. Barrage does not connect. The strike shot goes into the corner, but everyone is back on the field. The barrier still stands.
The barrier still stands, and now it's a big opportunity for the Soondubu Strikers. Katsuna and NXTD are in a little bit of trouble here. Low meter on the duel yet, but Katsuna is playing the corner so confidently here. NXTD with a flame flurry, claiming the barrier once again. Soren with a missed strike shot though. Might spell doom as Gramella advances forward, but it gets NXTD once again. A great save by Shapeshifting out of the corner. Now Breezy with a great debate around in snare drums, but a missed strike war against NXTD. It's all over the place.
That it is, and the dribble up off the drum is not going to connect. Gramella is really good on these intercepts. The core flip whiff from Kitten as well, trying to stun up the goalie to make things go through. Giga Blast comes out, but it's a different awkward angle into the corner there. Doesn't go in. Breezy very low, but still good. Has that defensive buff from that Asher secondary piercing shot. Countered by a timely corpse from Soren as well. Dribble off the drum goes from NXT to Gramella, the other midfielder there, unfortunately. And we have the Asher protection sending it forward as well. Over to Threezy, who puts it down into the corner there, getting that last little tag there. But I think it might have even gone in just off the out.
Yeah, really well played from the Soondubu Strikers. They're playing very cautiously. Of course, they're getting KO'd. NXTD explosive dash punches so far. But other than that, I think they're really just keeping the control of the lanes locked down. That's the power of the pass splitter and the Estelle.
Yeah, a lot of power contained in those abilities, and so much help in them as well, you were talking about earlier. Strike shot from Thorin, though, managed to also put a lot of forward pressure there. Critical Thorn's, though, going to ensure that that barrier falls on top for another defender, but only the first barrier for now. Core flip, piercing shot combo. Gramella, nicely done. Freezy's there, run interference, but I think Gramella could have done that on their own, sorry. Freezy, though, missing the dash, unfortunately, means that flurry from NXT gets it forward. Giga Blast keeps it forward. Core flip out of Julie, doesn't find the barrier. Shapeshifter is on top of the defense. We have Freezy winning the strike war, passing up to Tuna. Now to get there first with a great Rose War pass down to Freezy, and that is set 1 over to Soondubu in a sweep for that first set. Well played to the Soondubu Strikers.
And a lot of that was off of the MVP for that round, Shapeshifting, really making it difficult for the offense to get through from the side of EKC. This Asher is so strong for the Soondubu Strikers, but this Atlas is just a complete wall against a lot of the barrage plays that is are trying to be made by Kitsuna. And as we head into the draft, rewarded by denying the aerials away, that's speed taken away from EKC. They can't play that Macho game plan nearly as strongly after this draft.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it first, I was like, well, an Atlas aerials gets exactly one ability, makes kind of use of it, but that is a really big deny from Thorin there. Still gets size, so bit of a sad draft in a way there for the Soondubu, even though you win the second reward is to not lose the draft entirely. But they will take that, and they do have game knowledge. Unfortunately, though, Shipping misses the Strikers a little bit too far too slow, even with the aerial speed buff. And Crazy Breeze gonna not be able to get forward, and it goes past Shapeshifting as well. Potential here for the EKC to get back into this, but it's gonna be Freezy taking one barrier, Vermella keeping up the forward, but Barrage takes it through, NXT countered by the Crystal Thorn. They're going down the bomb. Strike shot comes out. Primary from Thorin as well. The dash, the strike, the primary, everything from Freezy, even the pass cutter, not enough. Thorin and NXT and Kitsuna all on this defense, but that means they don't really have too much offense. He goes wide, the Barrage as well. The primary from Thorin hits Vermella, who's a little bit low. Kill angle potential for NXT here, but not going to find it just yet. In Air Drum, so much damage on Vermella. Great dash as well, though, is going to mean that Vermella very barely survives even after the flurry from it. Julie in the four, just going back and forth to mid lane. Piercing shot kill from Grimella there, even on low HP, can still find the kill.
Thorin now in a really dangerous situation, has to flip away. That's a lot of energy burn, and that's Breezy in full control. NXT about to come in on a flip, though. That could have been a dash punch flip, but doesn't go for it. And now the Soondubu Strikers, Grimella beating the 1v2 of Kitsuna and Thorin. And the Soondubu Strikers, they're looking like the better team here.
That they are. They were on the edge at the first part of that. They lost both their barriers to none, but they just locked in, came back, and just snapped right back to the goal. And I mean, if you're on EKC, that definitely isn't a fun time. You take the lead, a commanding lead in that point, to still only lose it in the end. Not a good time. NXT, though, a lot of offense here, taking a lot of damage. And that's a kill from 3Z. And the defense, both from Shapeshifting, really good use of the abilities there. Rose or Crystal Thorn, but defended great primary from Thorn is going to keep them in this game. One barrier goes down now. But in the power play, they're going to get the two with the four. Julie back on the field, though, and we saw this the other way. And that's a kill on NXT with the double as well. NXT, can they lock it in with the flurry? Yes, they can! The stun onto Grimella, securing that in. Beautifully played there by Era's Kitten Club, and they are absolutely locked in.
Locked in, but they still need to get a set on the board, right? It was a clean sweep for the Soondubu Strikers in the first set. This team has not looked off their tempo at all. Even in that last point, right? It was just one slip up, and Breezy is back to the usual.
Back to the usual indeed. So difficult to go up against the Asher, especially when Breezy is the one commanding. And the forward play as well. Shapeshifting just keeps it forward on the other side of the field. He is playing all the way on the midfield line, keeps it forward so that he can go to Grimella, go to 3Z. There is no chance to even attack anywhere near his barriers. He's killing.
Very, very well played, and now they set yet another lead. The strike shot sends it forwards again, and this Soondubu Strikers roster, it's been a while since they've been on the same team together, but it doesn't look like they missed a beat.
Not missed a single. In fact, they might even be playing better for that. Now you get the chance to reanalyze the way that you did play and not falling into old habits. So great pass up from Shapeshifting over to Grimella. Freezy has the fourth potentially walk out of that. Shapeshifting used the secondary to get it forward, but Freezy a little bit down in a way, not able to use it here. NXT finds one barrier on the top. Shapeshifting goes down to the bottom there. Kitsuna forward, but countered by the Crystal Thorns and the primary as well. Freezy's on top of it, but a strike war won by Kitsuna against the flip. Really nicely done. Shapeshifting no counters, another flip on the other side of the field. Uses his own flip, but it's countered by the Flurry. Every single flip has been countered in this point. Rosorp goes through. Tries to bounce it off the center drum, but Shapeshifting is a little too far away to actually get through and get the barrier. The Inspire Drum comes out as well. Piercing shot hits 2 and the core, but not enough to get it through. The secondary, Grimella with the core, with the Crystal Thorns, going to be able to potentially put it in here off of this. Goes up and around with Piercing shot, but doesn't get the perfect timing. Freezy forces out the core from score, and so much aggression here. The Rosorp comes out as well, but it's not enough. NXT goes to the other side, Shapeshifting, using Astral Projection, but it's not quite enough to get it through. Strike roll won by NXT in the center of the field there, and dash punches it in. 2-2 tie-up, EKC. 1 point away from taking their own set.
Really well composed by EKC. They didn't really let that point take them. They held on until the very end, and you saw on the other end, Shapeshifting might have been shaking a little bit, struck it right into NXT's dash punch. The nerves are really setting in here for the Soondubu Strikers.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, 2 barriers and losing a point is pretty bad, but 2 goals and losing a set is even worth dash punch from NXT. He's going to find Grimella on the top there. Freezy also pretty low on HP. Not going to find the kill onto Kitsuna there. just because of the drum. Good position to be aware of that one. Corflip forced out from Shapeshifting as well. The energy, never mind Breezy taking out the energy vastly in advantage here for EKC, who has almost 2 Corflips there. Soren still building up his little bit, but it's nowhere near Grimella. Almost nothing to their name. Sitting back on the field there. Mega Blast Barrage, not enough to get it through either. Bounce off the drum at the bottom of the field. Corflip comes out, but it's countered by Breezy goes down into the corner there. Not quite enough. Soren is just so good on this defense. Now he is blocking in. They're not able to barrier. They finally get the first barrier. The second one soon to follow with a great piercing shot. This could be it for the Soondubu Strikers. They could lock it in right here. Soren though on the defense. That's the Corflip, and he use it there. Just barely hits it with that Corflip, gets it out of there. And XDG has his own Corflip though. Gonna use it. Not now. Yes, will use it to get the kill, but timely save for Shapeshifting in the game.
And with Breezy alive with the flip available, this is a huge opportunity for Soondubu Strikers to close out this game. The barriers are open. Breezy, one shot's all it takes. But a good strike while banning. CD sends it forwards, but they don't catch the core. Kitsuna barely misses it. It flies around the world, and Soren can't cover the top side in time. And the Soondubu Strikers, they barely get out of there alive.
Yeah, that is an incredible point. The way that it ended, there were so many Corflip counters, and the way it ended is just going on into the top. You always got to be careful with that. But we have a lot of options here in the draft, and you can expect to 1-9. He does still get that fucking sprinkle. It's a little unfortunate because that's a lot of power on NXT who's already been playing so much.
Yeah, it is a little unfortunate, but it is not the worst case scenario. And also, that stack on stack onto Breezy. So much speed available. Same. It's a team. Speed, blast cannon on shapeshifting. And of course, it's also going to have Stagger's Fire. The speed has gone up, but I think that Shape and Breezy are going to be very happy with what they got.
Yeah, I would be happy indeed with that. I mean, 1-2 punches on those spikes on XL usually don't kick better on a lot of other people, but the ability to strike pierce the shot or critical point and have it so quickly. Unfortunate misplay from Shapeshifting. He's in good spirits about it with the Flavo happy, but definitely not an ideal play there. Barrage forward, piercing shot gets to the other side though. For the midfield war pass down from Breezy to NXT. The midfield pass to each other until the Brawlers decided that it was their turn. But this time, it's going to connect over to NXT. And NXT going to take a barrier, not quite hold there, not quite secure on that dash punch. And Breezy wasn't able to close Tuna on the other side. He was now regenerated with that Tiger Swagger. Barrage catches it in the corner, but it's not going to go in the goal just yet.
Still staying alive are the Soondubu Strikers in this point, but they need to be very careful with Soren. That flip was a little bit too preemptive there, and I think Soondubu are going to be very happy about burning that resource for basically nothing. But good strikes by Soren keeps the barrier up. Kitsuna with the strike over to the bottom side. But that bounce was great from Shapeshifting, mixed with Kitsuna completely. But Breezy set up perfectly in front of the net. Now Grimella has flipped as well. Soondubu Strikers in a commanding position right now.
Yeah, but they both still have open goals. It's such a fragile position, especially if that happens. Unfortunate bounce. Breezy not getting a connection. Good intercept from Kitsuna and just sending it right up to the top. Not a whole lot that Atlas can do about that. And even with 2 Corflips on the field, Soondubu Strikers were not able to secure that goal. And now I think for the first time, EKC is in the lead in a set. They've not had that just yet.
Yeah, it's looking decent for them, but look at the energy, right? Breezy and Grimella, even Shapeshifting could cash out at any moment here. Big opportunity to score this goal quickly for the Soondubu Strikers. And 2 barriers already down, looking for the bounce all the way around the world. Breezy pops recovery drone, extra credit, and evens up the set.
Yeah, sadly not a kill flip, I love to shout that out, but really good find by Breezy. Soren with a good pickup on the recovery drone, knowing that is an option, but no longer has that tool available for the rest of the set, of course. And so it's just going to go back to this midfield play here in the beginning. We have the strike shots coming out, NXT trying to get the dash punch here. The Brawlers trying to brawl and find some kills in the early stages before the midfielders find that position. Piercing shot, though, with pass splitter, got to find one barrier. On the other side, the Barrage not enough Ash direction whiffs. The secondary, good hold there on the Corvus from NXT, force out the secondary from Atlas, but it isn't going to be enough to get that barrier. Dash punch, but a good save from Shapeshifting means that Breezy is still on the field here. And finally, Grimella getting into the corner, but it's not quite enough. Strike shot is an awful bounce as well. Unfortunately, goes backwards. Still, though, Soren on the defense.
Soren on the defense, and take a look, right? Melee goalies, still rating supreme in this particular game. Double strike shot despite the nerf. But a big KO onto Grimella gives a big opportunity to the EKC.
Yeah, you always want to be able to keep up in midfielders. That is so brutal here. And he was not able to get the barrier as well. Shapeshifting score from his, but NXT finds the almost on kill onto Grimella. Unfortunately, last time hit by Shapeshifting as well. Basically right on the line of the barrier. Corflip catch from Breezy. Just going to center for a bit of around the world here, being very low on health, and that is a kill on a personal attack. That can happen, but not quite yet. Piercing shot gets it up at 3-3. The cosmic expanse as well means that is almost going to go to 3Z, but good intercept here from EKC. Raj goes down, but Shapeshifting went high, and is going to keep going for another second round. I'm not finding the amazing effect Vanilla has been finding. Right shot, though, combo from 4 means is a red ball all the way across. Shapeshifting able to defend against the forces there. Here's the shot comes through, but it's going to miss the forward, and unfortunately, 3Z finally gets the forward, but it's forward over to Store and finally gets it through. The first opponent comes out, but it's not quite enough. They're trying to get it forward, but they run out of speed before they get to the goal.
Their drums really making it difficult. So now 3Z Breezy's in position. The Expanse sends it around the world, forces Thorn to use a secondary, and there's a snipe from Grimella. Perfect coverage on the cross. Nowhere for Thorin left suspended. And the Soondubu Strikers, they're 1 goal away from a 3-0 against EKC.
Yeah, not exactly an upset, but definitely an unexpected thing there. The teams were both barely evenly matched. Anything. Oh, another kill as well. This time, 3Z Breezy finds NXDD in vengeance. I think that one might be personal on that one. There we go, 3Z Breezy finding the barrier, Shapeshifting, finding the defense as well. Finally, though, Kitten in the negative power play, finding a barrier. Absolutely incredible to do that. So much pressure on you, but turning that into offense. Such a good strategy, but such a delicate one as well. 3Z finds the barrier pass from Kitten, Rose Rope as well, not enough. Shapeshifting playing up here with that corporate, looking to use a quick piercing shot, not enough to get his strike shot as well, right on that line. And 3Z Breezy sends it in. And that is the Soondubu Strikers sweeping EKC, who only got a couple of goals in that entire thing. They were so close for so long. They got so many KOs in so many positions, but every single time there was some clutch play from everyone on Soondubu. They played absolutely mental, but Shapeshifting was going to be the one that gets a very well-deserved MVP on that. The defense was immaculate. So many times I thought it was a guaranteed barrier, that there's no way that anyone can save this. And then he passed it right along the edge of the barrier, cutting the angle so close that it looked like the core is up.
Yeah, and this is a crazy result for Soondubu Strikers, right? The return of this ancient team. They're back. They're against EKC, who have been so consistent. Last LAN, they got second. At a LAN, second is incredible here, especially since every event is so stacked, and now they're losers this early. Soondubu Strikers have vanished EKC this early into the bracket.
Yeah, there's always the opportunity for the sad boys run, go to the losers bracket early, make it all the way to the end. Really at that point you're just playing more games, but then you get to go to the losers bracket as well. So maybe that's the EKC strat. Show up to the winners final, nice and well rested, well warmed up from all the extra games. But definitely gonna be a lot more stressful of a route than the high road of the winners bracket there. Well played by, again, both teams. It wasn't to say that EKC was doing nothing. You can see that so many KOs and redirects, and of course the most important stat, so many orbs. But they also were not able to capitalize, and that is the biggest thing with teams of this level. You let one mistake happen, it will be capitalized. So if you don't capitalize on your opponent's mistake, it's just not going to go well for you at all.
Yeah, and that was a very, very quick best of one here. Shout out to the Soondubu Strikers, but that's it for this particular game. Anything you want to say? How's that been?
Pretty fun. Shout out while we're here to the artist area in the corner there. Make sure you stop by if you want any of those prints or anything. Got some keychains too. So stop by there and have some fun. Meet some people. It's been great. A little bit cooler now as well. So it's been good to be here. It's been good to see you. But we will be continuing throughout the day with the rest of the LAN. It's going to keep on getting better from here. So stay tuned. But for now, take a break.
Yeah, and if you're not at LAN, shop.BestieInSlot.com, !shop. Don't miss all of the merch. I know there's one product that is selling incredibly well. It is literally just the same art. It is the Kai with like the sunset, like going like this. Like Zoro would love it. He's definitely gonna. Anyway, goodbye everyone.
Bye.